I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you I want you talking to the moon and hiding through the window in my room. There's not much I love to say, and I don't have the strength to fight. I feel that inside like I've been buried in the grave, and you stepped on my soul alive. You stepped away. Oh, here's to you. I down a couple more to drown the pain. No, I'm not alright. I'm not gonna lie. I give up my life to have you in my life. Maybe in another life, it'd be just you and I never stopped loving you. I want you back. You back. I want you back. I want you back. I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you back. I want you back.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Riding early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you 'cause I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very my world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Make them feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out places. Riding early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you 'cause I find it hard to take. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Make them feel the way that every child should. Sit and
Hey, what's up? Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good night tonight. Alright, let's take a look at the total crypto market cap and see how that's looking tonight. Okay, so we just got a nice little rally here from the bullish divergence playing out from the other day. I can see that the bullish momentum is starting to weaken a little bit here, as we can see a little bit of white on the MACD. RSI just came up and touched the 70. That's the typical oversold area. On the daily, we can still see the bearish momentum getting weaker though, so that's pretty powerful. And I'm liking the way that it looks here, where you just see a couple of wicks touching at the fib level and then attempting to bounce. Okay, also oversold with a little bit of bearish divergence presenting itself on the 1 hour here. And you can see how the candles are trending up like that, but the RSI is trending down. That would be a bearish divergence here. And same thing on the half hour. So the smaller time frames is definitely looking like it would be cooling off here, at least consolidating for a little bit. And let's take a look at Bitcoin and see how that's looking today. Oh, I'm liking the looks of the MACD on the daily. Really weak there for the bears. You can see the bullish divergence here from the other day manifested into this little pump that we got right here. I'm liking the looks of that so far. So we really want to be getting up above this fib level to show some strength, and if we can consolidate above there, that's going to give me some confirmation of trend reversal here. It is looking like we're at an area where we can keep on potentially reversing to the upside here, but I'm going to want to see some more information develop here. So probably over the next couple of days we should get a rough idea on the direction for the total crypto market and where we're going to be going for the next while. XRP, we didn't quite hit the 70 on the RSI yet, so we don't quite look oversold for the 4 hour. Little oversold on the 1 hour, and a little bit bearish divergence, but this is only the 1 hour, so it's not really the most significant of the time frames whenever everything else is looking nice. Yeah, so far everything's looking like it's making an attempt at getting the pump, but I'm going to want to see some more information on pretty well everything to confirm that we can get a trend reversal. So Bitcoin, XRP, and the total crypto market cap is all looking like on the shorter time frames we could be in for at least some consolidation or maybe a tiny pullback, but the bigger time frames are still showing potential to keep on pumping up. So that could take a couple of days to play out and see what's going to happen there. And Ethereum, same thing. Daily MACD's getting weaker for the bears. Also weaker on the 4 hour though for the bulls. Liking the looks of how the bullish divergence had manifested into this nice little pump here. So if we can consolidate and then continue pumping up, it's going to be looking nice on everything. At the same time though, we got to keep in mind that we're at a key inflection point. We're pretty close to the whole crypto market right now. Cardano got a really nice pump. Yeah, we actually see the MACD starting bullish right here on Cardano. I think this is the nicest asset that I've taken a look at so far today. 4 hours just keeps building. I'm liking the looks of the bullish momentum here. Yeah, as I mentioned on previous streams, as long as Cardano remains right above this wick right here, it was about $1.02.5 roughly. It's looking very powerful. I'm liking how we came down to the 618 fib level, bullish divergence. It's got a real nice pump. Just keeps on forming higher lows. We'll get those little wicks, but honestly, this asset, if the macro turns around, I'm expecting to see a lot of upside potential here. Wow. Yeah, not even any bearish divergence showing here on the half hour. Yeah, I'd say ADA is probably the most bullish looking asset for sure so far tonight. Now let's take a look at OMI. Okay, so on OMI there was some 1 hour bullish divergence here, manifested into this pump we see here, but now there's a little bit of bearish divergence showing. That was actually 4 hour bullish divergence as well, so I'm liking the looks of that. Not really any 4-hour bearish divergence yet that I could see, so that's good. And on the daily, you could see the MACD starting to show a little bit of bullish momentum. Nice pump. Yeah, I'm liking the looks of OMI so far. Higher low. Yeah, all we want to really see is a higher high here on OMI, and this asset's looking quite bullish to me. And we'll go back to Bitcoin and take a look at that, Brady. Yeah, we could always get a retrace up to here and touch anywhere from this point or lower and just form another shoulder and then keep on going to the downside. There's definitely the potential there. Personally, as we're at the 0.5 Fibonacci level in the middle of a parabolic uptrend, I feel like this is where we're going to get the reversal to continue the bull run to the upside. But I get where you're coming from here, where you can see the head and shoulder potential here. One nice little rally up, a dead cat bounce, drop down, and then keep on going to the lower fib levels. Yeah, definitely a possibility. Okay, CRV. Now this is another one you like, Brady, so we're going to see how this is looking. Okay, I like the wick. That came down almost 0.5 fib. Mentioned that the other day. Looking like it's attempting to run. No 4-hour RSI bullish divergence, but there was 4-hour MACD divergence. Looking like that manifested into this pump here. Let's see how it's looking on the daily. The bears are losing momentum, so that's good. Yeah, I like the higher highs, higher lows, the way that it's been pretty well just climbing up like that as well. Yeah, with the macro turning around, if that happens, I can see this asset continuing to get a nice pump. And Allianz blockchain. I'm pretty sure I said the end of that wrong. Oh, Alliance block, there we go. A little bit of daily bullish divergence. I'm liking the looks of that. Not quite RSI bullish divergence, but there is some MACD. Looking like the bulls are losing strength right here on the 4-hour though, for the MACD at least. Oh, yeah, I can see why the 1-hour RSI was a bit oversold here. Up around 80, 81 roughly on the RSI. And you can see a little bit of bearish momentum starting to build there on the MACD. 4-hour and under, it's not really looking the greatest, but whenever you look at it on the daily, I'm really liking the looks of this chart. I'd probably wait for a little more information to present itself here, but we could just get some consolidation to let the smaller time frames cool off and then keep on running up. here's Hex for all you Hexicans. I don't really see much going on for the MACD yet for bullish divergence, or for the RSI I mean, but I do see MACD bullish divergence showing. I like that the bears look like they're losing strength on the weekly MACD. Same thing with the daily. I don't really see much actionable here, but I'd probably just wait for this to cool off and more information to present itself. And let's take a look at the US 30, also known as the Dow Jones. So as I mentioned in previous streams, there's some pretty clear bearish divergence showing here on both the daily and the weekly charts for the RSI. As this is the US stock market, the Federal Reserve can always just print out more money, which I'm pretty sure is what they did the other day, and invalidate the pattern though. Yeah, you can see the bearish divergence here manifest into a little drop here, but just dropped down. RSI became oversold and pumped right back up again. Smaller time frames are looking nicer than the bigger ones on it at the moment, but the fact that it did form a higher low is showing a little bit of strength on the daily at least. And here's the NASDAQ, also known as the NAS 100. For the daily, I'm liking the looks here. Starting to show some bearish momentum weakening on the MACD. Wick down to the trend line, attempting to bounce there. No RSI 4-hour bullish divergence, but there was some MACD bullish divergence. And it's looking like the bearish divergence continues to grow on the weekly. And the fact that this is lower than these other lows here on the RSI, that's also showing some more strength for the bears. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this trend line in the coming weeks and see if this breaks, because if we get a break to the downside, stocks could be in for quite the dirty dump. All depends on what happens with the Federal Reserve policy over the coming weeks and the patterns. Now for one of my favorite high risk, high reward coins. So 4-hour bullish divergence. You can see how the candles are trending down, but the RSI is trending up. So I was mentioning the other night that this looks pretty floored, and it's tempting to rally here. But I'm not really liking the looks of the MACD on the 4-hour here, showing that the bulls are starting to lose a little momentum. The RSI was slightly oversold, but I don't see bearish divergence presenting itself here, so that's still looking nice. And on the daily, you can also see the MACD showing that the bears are losing momentum. So potential bottom on AION, which is what I'm looking for here, because I don't want to see this break the about 9 cent roughly level. That's where I have the parabola curve started. And let's take a look at Thor and see how that's doing today. Okay, so for Thor, the stochastic on the daily still pointing up. I'm liking the looks of this so far. The 4-hour we're cooling off though. Bearish on the 4-hour. Bearish on the 1-hour. Attempting to cross bearish on the 15-minute and the 5-minute. So it's looking like Thor could be in for some considerable consolidation for the coming maybe week or so. I'm still liking the looks of the daily so far, so we'll come back to this asset in future streams and see what happens here. I'm really liking the looks of Doge just by a quick glance at this on the daily. So we can see some clear bullish divergence right here on the daily. RSI goes from low to high, candles going from high to low. You could see on the MACD the bears losing momentum, and now we finally got a nice bullish bar starting to present itself here, attempting to break up above the fib level. 4-hour bullish divergence right here as well. Looking like the bulls are starting to gain some more momentum on the 4-hour as well. And no bearish divergence presenting itself on the 1-hour. Doge is looking absolutely amazing, and potential bottom right here on this asset with huge upside potential. So the top of the fib extension is just shy of 75 cents, 74.3 cents. This cycle, personally, if Doge gets another run, I could see this asset going as high as anywhere between $1.50 to $2.50. $2.50 being my extreme later targets. My first targets I'd be taking on this asset would be previous all-time highs. Yeah, I'm loving the looks of Doge. This is one asset that I've been accumulating heavy throughout this dip, and I'm thinking that we may just have the bottom here. Going to depend on what happens with the macro, same as everything with crypto, but personally to me Doge looks amazing. And now the other dog meme coin, Shiba Inu. Okay, I'm liking the looks so far here. Got a pull back to almost the 786 fib. You can see that the wick is just around the center of this pennant before that broke. Some MACD bullish divergence presenting itself here. Looking like we're trying to get a nice little pump here. Bears losing strength on the daily MACD. Bulls gaining strength on the 4-hour MACD. Clear 4-hour bullish divergence that manifested into this nice pump here. We are currently oversold, but I'd just be looking for a consolidation and potential continuation of the pump here. Yeah, some nice 1-hour bullish divergence as well. We are oversold and some bearish divergence showing here on the 1 hour, but same thing as I was saying, we could just consolidate here for a little bit and that'd be okay. Alright, let's see how Matic is doing tonight. So MACD bearish divergence there on the daily, but the price action looks so amazing on this asset. Had what looked like pennant here, broke down, rallied, and then it's just been higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and it's looking like we're attempting to go for the higher high and break all-time highs here. So just price action alone on the daily looks great on Matic. Some 4-hour bullish divergence manifested into this pump here. I'm liking the way that this wave here looked for the MACD. You can see it's starting to get weaker, but that could get another pump as well. 1-hour bearish divergence. If that were to just get a slight pullback even to here, form some support at the previous resistance and just keep on keeping on, that'd be beautiful on Matic. Yeah, on the higher time frames, I'm really liking the looks of this. Maybe a little consolidation incoming on the shorter time frames, but as long as the macro stays bullish, I think that Matic's got a lot of upside potential. Really liking the looks of gold. You can see on the weekly, got a bull flag, came down to this channel. We rallied in here for quite a long period of time. From July of 2020 to August of 2021, we were in this channel just bouncing around back and forth. So whenever we finally broke, you could see we got a nice double bottom here at the fib extension and also a nice touch point here for the trend line. Bounced, came back in, bounced again, tried to form support here, failed, came down to the fib level and we got a triple bottom, bounced, touched the fib, came down, just retouched off the top of the channel, which is what we want to see. Retesting here for support now, what used to be resistance. Attempting to break through the fib, and now we're just looking like we're trying to get that final break here before a nice pump to all-time highs. So gold, what I want to see in the coming days and weeks is a new high over at least here, but if we can get a high over right here at 1915, gold is looking absolutely amazing to me. So either a higher low above where we are right, I'd say probably here higher would be great. But what we really want to see is a nice higher high coming in on gold. Silver's looking great today as well. You can see that the bulls are starting to gain some strength here on the daily MACD. Couple of wicks down to this little support here. Bulls gaining strength still on the MACD on the 4-hour, liking the looks of that. We are oversold and also at the fib level here, so could be in for some consolidation or slight pullback, but silver's looking pretty nice too. Yeah, bullish divergence here. It's not looking like there's bearish divergence on the 1-hour, so yeah, silver's looking great to me as well tonight. Same thing, we want to be looking for a high somewhere around this probably 25.60 area. If we get a higher high on silver, this asset's got very nice potential to keep on rallying to new all-time highs, which on silver is all the way up here at around the $50 level. So for precious metals, lots of upside potential here. And is there any other assets that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? Yeah, so as I've mentioned the other night on VVS Finance, which this would probably be the DeFi project I'm currently the most bullish on, we just got a nice daily stochastic cross. So bullish cross here on the dailies. Great, especially at these levels with how florid this asset currently looks. And we have some 4-hour bullish divergence showing. The 4-hour stochastics showing a potential cool off. Yeah, same thing with the 1-hour, that's bearish, but the 15-minute is bullish, 5 minutes attempting to cross bullish. It's potential bottom here on VVS Finance, which I'm pretty excited for in this one. Yeah, the previous all-time high was pretty far from where we're at now. It's looking like that's pretty close to a 10x actually. Yeah, about a 9 to 10x roughly to the previous all-time high, something about that. Yeah, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this one in the coming streams. Okay, Tesla. Wow, this is a crazy chart to look at. So on the weekly for Tesla, we could see our first bearish momentum starting to build here for a while. Monthly's flat to the previous month. Oh, it's looking like we actually have some monthly bearish divergence on Tesla. On the 4 hour it's looking pretty nice. It's looking like broke up here, attempted to rally, came down, trying to form support at previous resistance and attempting to just hook and go right there. A little bit of MACD bullish divergence as well, so that's good. Yeah, on the smaller time frames I'm liking the looks of Tesla so far. Little bit of 1 hour bearish divergence there, but pretty sure that was just the pullback here before it touched support and ran again. So yeah, overall Tesla's not looking too bad at the moment. Okay, Facebook, also now known as Meta. Daily bullish divergence right here, looking nice. Looking like a potential triple bottom right here. Yeah, 4 hour bullish divergence. Looking like the bears are starting to lose some strength there. Same thing with the daily, looking like the bears are losing some strength on the MACD. Looking like some weekly bearish divergence right here now that I'm noticing that. Yeah, Facebook, also known as Meta, is looking so-so. I'm gonna wait for some more information to present itself here on this asset. Well, if there's nothing else that you guys want me to check out tonight, I'm probably going to call it a night. Interesting inflection point to end the night. Yeah, I'm thinking by next stream it's pretty likely that we're going to see either a nice rally or dump, some kind of big move coming soon. The next 2 or 3 weeks at the very least are going to be very interesting in the crypto market. Alright, well I hope you all have a good night tonight. Talk to you all tomorrow.
Feels